Hey guys, I want to give you guys a quick update on this article from Wall Street Journal, SOS for the United States electrical grid. So what they're saying is that we're to expect some serious power outages. PJM interconnection sounds the latest alarm that fossil fuel plants are shutting down without adequate replacement power. The political class yawns. That's what I'm saying. And that's coming from the PJM. All right, wait till you guys hear this article. You guys are definitely going to be wanting to ramp up on your backup power. Hey everyone, if you're brand new here, welcome to our awesome community where we do prepping tips, emergency preparedness how-tos, and we deliver news like this that may affect you. If you want to stay up to date on that kind of stuff, be sure to hit that notification bell. Let's jump into this one. So like I said, Wall Street Journal, SOS for the United States electric grid. That's why I want to read this to you, because if there is any truth to this, guys, we are in some serious SHTF. Because we need power. The article reads, the warning keeps coming in that the force-fed energy transition to renewable fuels is destabilizing the U.S. electrical grid. Anybody kind of find the electrical grid kind of important? Well, there's a big group, and I know you guys know who it is out there that think we should get rid of it altogether. The article reads, the warnings keep coming that the force-fed energy transition to renewable fuels is destabilizing the U.S. electric grid. But is anyone in the government paying attention? Question mark. Oh, I think that they're paying attention, and I think this is going right along as planned. Another SOS came in Friday, just this past Friday, in an ominous report from the PJM interconnection, one of the nation's largest grid operators. So I would say an SOS coming from one of the largest grid operators should perk some ears. The PJM reports forecast power supply and demand through 2030 across the 13 eastern states in the territory, covering 65 million people. Its top line conclusion, fossil fuel power plants are retiring much faster than renewable sources are getting developed, which could lead to an energy imbalance. That's a delicate way of saying that you can expect shortages and blackouts. Boom. It's gonna happen. They're saying it's gonna happen. Let's take a quick look at the map of what's going on right now. Okay. California's struggling big time. Michigan's looking like they're on the mend. Tell you what, guys, that map is going to look real colorful when this all kicks in. PJM typically generates a surplus of power owing to its large fossil fuel fleet, which it exports to neighboring grids in the Midwest and Northeast. When wind power plunged in the Midwest and central states late last week, PJM helped fill the gap between the supply and demand and kept the lights on. So that basically is saying that the new stuff that they want to switch us all to ain't cutting it. That's why it's especially worrisome that the PJM is predicting a large decline in its power reserves as coal and natural gas plants retire. They retire. What have we been noticing? They're all on fire, burning up, exploding, probably along with a couple that are retiring. Jeez, guys, they're calling it retiring. Okay. The report forecasts about 40,000 megawatts MW of power generation, enough to light up 30 million households, are at risk of retiring by 2030, representing about 21% of PJM's current generation capacity. Most projected power plant retirements are policy-driven, the report says. For example, the steep costs of complying with Environmental Protection Agency regulations include a proposed good neighbor rule that is expected to finalize next month, which will force about 10,500 megawatts of fossil fuel generation to shut down. Looks like some areas are already going to be getting hit in the knees. All at the same time, utility company ESG, environmental, social, and governance commitments are driving coal plants to close. The report notes Illinois and New Jersey climate policies could reduce generation by 8,900 megawatts. Do these states plan to rely on their good neighbors for power? Question mark. So thinking into this, I don't really know how exactly they're planning to handle the chaos that this is going to bring. Many states have established ambitious renewable goals, Exactly. Goals that are not getting hit. And the Inflation Reduction Act lavishes enormous subsidies on wind, solar, and batteries. But the report says that the historical rate of completion for renewable projects has been approximately 5%. We're definitely not going to be able to keep up with this big change. 5% in part because of permitting challenges in the optimistic case. The report estimates 21,000 MW of wind. Solar and battery storage capacity will be added to the grid by 2030. That's about half as much as the expected fossil fuel retirements. Hence, the expected more power outages and blackouts. But there's another problem. Demand for electric power will increase amid the growth in data centers and the government's push for electrification of vehicles, heating, and everything else. Loudoun County boasts the largest concentration of data centers in the world, the report notes. I'm telling you guys, when it comes to power outages and blackouts, rolling blackouts even, the writing's on the wall. Okay, and coming in for a landing here, the report doesn't say this, no doubt owing to political reticence, but the conclusion is clear. The left's green energy transition is incompatible with the growing economy and improving life standards. Renewables don't provide reliable power 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And the progressive campaign to shut down coal and gas plants that do will invariably result in outages. Guys, I'm telling you, expect some outages. During an Arctic air blast this past December, PJM ordered some businesses to curtail power usage and urged households to do the same. PJM narrowly avoided rolling blackouts as some generators switched to burning oil. But what will happen when those power plants shut down? A power shortage at PJM has the potential to cascade across much of the U.S. The government officials have been raising alarms about the risk of cyber and physical attacks on the grid. But what about accelerating danger from climate policy? And that's just it. We have all these threats of cyber outages. Well, what happens when our own system fails us? This is coming from the big shots, the guys that know what's going on. And I know a ton of you guys believe that they're adding clouds to the sky to kind of shield the sun for other reasons. Another thing that kind of contradicts solar panels. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you guys think. If you think that this is alarming as well, be sure to share it out to the communities. Sounded alarming to me, especially when it's coming from the PJM. So everyone, stay on your toes, head on a swivel, keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you guys on the next one.